What is up, everybody? Happy New Comic Book Day. Welcome back to another new installment of Ink and Insights. Of course, I'm your boy Stu from Dr. Doom's Fan Club. As always, I'm joined by my homie E from 9 p.m. on Grid. E, how we doing, brother? Happy Wednesday. Happy New Comic Book Day. How has your week been?
Happy New Comic Book Day. My week's been chill. I got a couple people on vacation at work, so I was anticipating that it was going to be super stressful, and it hasn't been. It's been really chill, so I'm going to take that and run with it. It's another we'll just have to start calling them Victory Wednesdays, I guess, right? Because we got another Chicago Bears win under our belt, 7-3, baby. Dare I
First
say
in the division? Let's go. We're out here.
Playoffs? Can we say playoffs at this point?
We can say playoffs.
Oh my god, that feels good.
Talk about it. We can talk about it.
Yeah. So ultimately, I'm real good, man. How about you though?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Had the day off. Nice and chill. Yeah. A bunch of great comics to talk about tonight. Read some good ones today as well. Sacrificers, y'all. Go check out Sacrificers. But yeah, dude, it's been a good Wednesday, man. Happy to see you again. And happy to be here after a Bears win. It feels surreal. Again, I say it all the time, but waking up on Monday and Tuesday mornings, seeing the Instagram feed full of all these positive Bears videos and hype videos and all sorts of music videos, all sorts of things, all things Bears related. So it feels amazing. I'm glad we keep pulling them out. It's crazy. All these 4 or 5 wins within the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter this year. I mean, it's pretty insane. So
yeah, Raiders, Cincy, Minnesota. Oh God, what am I missing now? Gosh, I know that there's more of them too. There's there's got to be at least 4. There's at least 4 for sure.
It's insanity. So yeah, but I love it, man. I'm all in, and wherever it goes from here, this has been amazing. So this is exactly what we wanted, I think, as a franchise and as a team for so long. And it's nice to have, some glimmer of hope moving forward, and, offense really, really in sync, putting up numbers. And as long as we can do that and play a little defense, I think we'll be all right. We got to get those penalties right, dude. Those penalties are crazy. So
just a little bit. It's amazing what new leadership can do for a team, though, man. Like, it's
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we lose that in the superstar, contract thing of it all, quarterbacks and receivers and stuff like that. These guys that are enormous playmakers, they definitely deserve their paydays. Well, some of them are ridiculous, but let's be honest. But they definitely deserve their just due. Let's put it that way. But we forget sometimes like how much a coach and the demeanor of a coach can really steady a team or turn a franchise around, or and especially when you find synchronicity with the quarterback like he's doing with Caleb. So it feels great, man. Love it.
Hell yeah. If only Marvel could maybe think about getting some new leadership transitioning over to comic books. Yeah.
Nice. I love it. Bunch of wonderful people in the house already. Let's say hello to the chat, man. How is everybody doing this Wednesday? Chat, what up? We got Bob in the building. What up, sir? Good to see you. Thank you for coming through. We got Rogue in the building. What up, brother?
Rogue.
Good to see you.
What's funny, man? Through. Like every single time I'm going through my stories on IG and I have to stop and like really look at something. Sure enough, I look up at who's freaking posting that, and it's Rogue every single time.
Oh, yeah.
It's like hitting the pause button, man.
Always bringing the goodness. Absolutely. Yes. A true connoisseur of taste. We got Rooster in the building. Rooster, what up, man? Good to see you. Thank you for coming through. We got Omega in the building. What up, bro? Good to see you. Hell yeah. Who else? We got Zero in the house. Zero, man. Happy Wednesday. Happy New Comic Book Day, bro. Good seeing you. We got Comic Patrol in the building. What up, brother?
Hell yeah.
Good to see you. Hell yeah. All the peeps. We got Nick in the building. Nick, what up, bro? Good to see you.
He's all right. That guy's all right.
He's all right. Go Bills, bro. Rogue says props to the Bears. Yeah, y'all let us know. I think we already did this, but let us know your football team, man, how you're feeling about the NFL season if you're a fan. Or, whatever sport you're into. I don't know. I used to be a big baseball guy, but not so much anymore. Bob's got to read some books. I hadn't got to anything yet. Nick knocked out 6 today. Nice. Good work, bro.
Gabby.
And maybe we need new leadership at Marvel. Maybe, just maybe. Omega says, I haven't read anything yet. Just Ace and High Strangeness as of late. So much good stuff to catch up on. Ready for spoilers. Hell yeah.
Okay. You knocked out some goodies, though. Like, no shame in that. Ace is so good.
Hell yeah. We got a Denver fan in the house. Yeah, hell yeah. Broncos looking good.
Dude, Broncos are looking
Rogues.
real good.
Okay, you're a Lions fan. Hell yeah. Yeah. What are they? I love the Lions, man. I love Dan Campbell. Love that squad. So, yeah, I still believe they will. They're second in the division, right? They're right behind us.
Third right now only because Green Bay had a tie.
Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Lions are still a problem all day long, though. But yeah, man. All right, so let's get into it without further ado. Let's do our round table, man. Some of these I couldn't get sides for, unfortunately, but these are books that we definitely wanted to mention. We do have a 4-book spotlight night tonight, so stay tuned for that. We got some bangers tonight. But yeah, dude, from these 6, which one do you want to start talking about first?
Ooh,
let you have first go.
I gotta start with the one that sparked the most conversation amongst us in the back chat, because there's a book that inspired not just me, not just you, but like me, you, and Nick all together to start reading the original series here. Die Logan came back, and it was a lot of fun, man. It totally just kind of got me re-energized to live in that world yet again. So much so that now, did you do any more reading? I think you're on issue number 10, right?
I'm on 13 now.
13. I thought I caught up to you. I'm on 10. I'm on issue number 10 of the original series at this point. But the reintroduction of the Die world, it's totally working for me, because I was a little bit trepidatious, and I thought that maybe it would just be our OG team going back into the world, and it doesn't look like that's necessarily going to be the case. I think that they're going to be able to play with things maybe just a little bit more and kind of, widen the scope of what's happening, especially considering that the OG Game Master, he's got a lot of influence. I'll say it that way without giving away too many spoilers. He's got a different level of influence maybe on this version of the game than what he did previously. But I can't recall. Is this your first read through, or are you rereading?
No, this is a reread, but
Okay.
I've forgotten so many moments from it. What I love most too is how it celebrates the history of gaming, right?
Oh yeah,
and all these famous figures throughout history, like the Brontes and H.G. Wells, and all these people you knew who were brilliant minds, but you didn't know I had no idea the Brontes had all invented a game together and stuff like that. So I don't know, things like that are just, I think, so cool. And one of the things I love about Kieron Gillen's writing is just so cerebral, so smart. He doesn't take his audience's intelligence for granted, and I love that about him. And it's been fantastic on the reread, man. Stephanie Hahn's incredible artwork.
Dude,
every
so
single
good.
issue. There's just so many panels that stop me. Dude, that big spread where you get to that, I forget what the proper adjective is to describe it, but the dragon, it's that big double page spread where the dragon's up in the air and attacking. I don't know if you've gotten there yet.
I don't think I've gotten to that part yet. Spoilers. God. Sorry. For the thing that I've already read.
But yeah, the Prussian dragon or something like that. It's like a dragon with metal armor. It's just fucking incredible.
I did get there.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Man, just so many incredible scenes that she does. And I just love these. You fall in love with these characters, right? You develop your favorites, and you develop judgments about others, and you see. I just love to kind of be on the outside looking in and watching all these. You think you know where this one character is moving to, and then it totally surprises you. And I think especially for our homie Nick or other folks that are into super into RPGs, it's never really been my shtick, but I think it's that much more appealing, and I think it's a brilliant integration of the two cultures at the end of the day. So it's been a marvelous reread.
Well, and I have a love affair with the thought of playing a D&D type game too. I've never done it.
Getting fully invested and having a friend group, the whole idea of it sounds so appealing to me.
Yeah, exactly. So what class do you think you would be, or what was it? What do they call it? A paragon. What paragon do you think you would be on the list, even though you don't necessarily choose it for yourself? Like, where do you fall?
And I don't know. I see part of me and Chuck, definitely the fool, right? Who just gets luck all the time. I definitely empathize with Chuck a lot. Also, I think it's Matt the Grief Knight. Like there's definitely like a little
Look at
bit
this.
of
Look at this.
sadness and existential want. I definitely empathize. Like I definitely see my mirror in with Matt, man. I don't know. I think I could definitely see myself being friends with cats like Saul and Ash too, though, and like finding myself in precarious situations. I think the one I like most, and I'd most like want to be friends with is Isabel. Like I like Isabel. So how about
Okay.
you? How about you? What paragon or what player do you find yourself?
So looking in the mirror, I feel like it's funny. I feel the same way. I feel like I would be either the fool or the grief knight without a shadow of a doubt. Like that's how I see myself. But I also don't choose the character, and knowing like what I do for a living and kind of like some of my skill sets in life, I feel like maybe I would also be the god shaper, the negotiator, right? That can like
Ooh, I
speak to
can
the
definitely
gods.
see you there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like maybe that could be chosen for me, but like, yeah, when I look at myself, I'm like, I'm 100% fool. Maybe I trip into one of the other ones, but
Yeah. Yeah, and just for context, guys, like Matt the Grief Knight gets his power from his sadness, right? And he's got this sword that kind of absorbs it and gives him this like superpower. Dude can cut through like a battlefield's worth of opposition, like with the power of his trauma and his sadness and depression. And it's kind of like cool how Ash kind of like brings it out of him at first with the power of voice. Like it's very cool.
yeah.
Like the dictator, like having the power to make their words come true. But I also like the rules for it, right? It's not like some ambiguous, unlimited power, right? You can only
Yeah,
use it
no.
on one person at a time. Once you try to reuse it, like that binding breaks, and that if you've had that person under an unfavorable spell for a long period of time, then maybe they're gonna come and try to kill you or something.
Well,
So
and
it's
the toll that it takes for like the grief knight to be powerful, like you said, like they need to, it can't, you can't just be like, oh, well, you kind of suck. And then he's going to be all powerful. Like, no, you have to be like Susie in 7th grade never loved you. She dated you to get with your best friend. Then it pierces his heart, and then he goes and runs amok and starts destroying things. But like you gotta dig deep, and you gotta really
yeah.
gotta hurt him hard. So I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's been an incredible story. Sorry, Rooster, we got on a tangent there. We're talking about Die, man. Kieron Gillen and Stephanie Hans. The original series I think came out in what, like 2020, like right around COVID times or something like that.
I think it was 2018. It was before. It was
Okay,
pre-COVID.
my bad.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, it went 20 issues I think or something like that in the original run, and now it's back with a volume two and uh, all this, a lot of the same cast, and issue one just dropped this past week, so we wanted to. I read the original one, but quite a while ago, and didn't remember much of it, so we're all revisiting it, and yeah, it's been incredible to reread.
oh yeah.
Zero says I picked up the Die role playing game quick start edition today. I doubt I play the game, but it's a cool commitment to the world. Absolutely, man. Gotta love him. Gillen
Maybe,
is
maybe Zero. If you want to be a game master, I'm just saying we're talking about how much we want to.
yeah,
Just
like Gillen's not playing games about this game, y'all. He's literally like going. He's going to gaming conventions. Like he wants to establish this and make it like a legit independent thing from the comic. Well, not I say independent loosely because it's obviously complementary to the book, but yeah, it's really impressive what he's doing.
yeah.
Anyway, bro, what else are we talking about? How you feeling about Ultimate Black Panther?
Dude, I'm still ride or die with Ultimate
Solid.
Black Panther, man. That
Yeah.
was really good. Not a lot happened in that, but I feel like I could say
No.
that for like every single Ultimate book that's come out for this like particular time period. You know what I mean? Because as we were building up to the Maker coming out, like I feel like they're all just kind of sitting on their hands waiting for that thing to happen. And Ultimate Black Panther was very much the same of it, but it was still pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Storm got some shine in that one. Go on hand.
Dude, yeah. Like, well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's one way to say it, right? She had a glow about her.
She
Let's say
did.
that. Yeah.
She glowed up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, Nick quoting Nash right there. Oh man. Such a great lines.
I don't want to know what Nick would be like if he had that voice, that influence,
Hey,
man.
bro. Seriously.
Oof.
Definitely not. Don't I can see Nick as a terrifying grandmaster. Let's put it that way. Bro, I want to shout you out in your review for "We're Taking Everyone Down with Us." I thought it was exquisite. I thought it was poetry. You called it Spielbergian. I thought that was a great way to put it. How it had all these elements of action and drama and heart and a great character work, great dialogue, through and through. And I think, that's a great way to frame it. But yeah, our series came to a close. I know we're going to get more of the Rook world in 2026, thank goodness, from the same creative team. But yeah, dude, I just want to throw it to you because I thought your review was great work. How'd you feel about the ending of this incredible series that really, shout out to our boy Nick, who's been a big fan of it through and through. Really kind of came out of nowhere and caught us by surprise. It's been incredible stuff.
Well, before I talk about the book, I feel like I need to give a little peek behind the curtain because you were extraordinarily kind and you messaged me and you said, like, dude, the way you spoke about "We're Taking Everyone Down with Us," man, it was like poetry. It was so good. And I'm like, that's really sweet, man. Thank you for saying that. What did I say again?
You're like in stream consciousness. I was like,
yeah, I was like, as soon as it was like I blacked out and then it was like recorded, I was done. So, but after you reminded me, yes, it is very Spielbergian in the way that, like, I think about most of Spielberg's movies, right? But you think about like Jaws, you think about Jurassic Park, and you think about like everything the dude's done, and there's always this beautiful balance of every heightened emotion that you can possibly have. There's always a moment of humor, there's always a moment of delight, right? Or excitement, right? Someone's seeing something bold for the first time, and there's always big beats of action. And it's like he sews it together like a tapestry that's beautiful because you hit every single one of those emotions at just the right time to make it even a more heightened version than the already heightened version that it absolutely is. And I feel like that's what Matthew Rosenberg does in here, because it's so hard to pin what type of book this is. It is very much a spy espionage thriller. Like, you could say that, but then if you try to compare it to something like The Bourne Identity, it's not that. It's not that at all. But both of them carry the same, moniker. It's like, but those are totally different things. So like that was the best way that I can kind of talk about the summation of what this book was. And again, I got to give kudos to Matthew Rosenberg, because it's really the dialogue that was the real shining star of this.
Incredible.
Because man, he makes you feel for Annalise, right? He makes you like the robots. I guess I don't want to say too much about it, but like everything, all the caring, tender moments that they have, but also like the very interesting moments that have happened throughout the series. Like, I mean, in which
exactly
there have
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Tell me there are some parts in you that still work or something like that.
Okay, yeah, you're reading my mind. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. There's just a lot of heart, a lot of charm, a lot of humor, a lot of action. If there's a word that you can use to describe it, there's probably a lot of it here, but it's all balanced perfectly. It's like a great meal where everything is seasoned perfectly. You don't got to add a single thing. Every bite works together well. That's what We're Taking Everyone Down with Us is, man. That's at least my experience here. But like, talk to me. What about you?
Yeah, no, it's been great. I gotta throw it to you guys for putting me on. I definitely don't think it would have been one that I would have given a shot, like if it wasn't for you guys singing its praises after the first couple issues. But yeah, I think it was a great ending, and I loved everything about it. But I definitely like that issue before. It's like some of those moments where I don't want to ruin it again, but the family reunion, as it were, you know what I mean? Everybody coming together, and then they did a good job at like
coming together. I see what you did there.
Keeping some things concealed, and I love the world that they painted in, like this old school espionage, type, like Get Smart type setup with these
Good call.
with these like Rook just gives me Rook gives me Get Smart vibes all day. So yeah, I can't wait to see it continue. Again, Landini, man, the artwork has been incredible. I think he really deserves praises for one of the best like breakout artists of the year. I think the stuff he's doing here is incredible. And yeah, I think this is like at the end of the day, I think when you look at Rosenberg's body of work, I think this is one of the better, if not the best things he's done so far. And I really I'm glad to see it have success and the world get to continue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad it was like a short contained thing. I feel like I really love some of his stuff previous, but sometimes it gets to you know, like what's the furthest place from here? I love that starting off, and it got meandery. It got really meandery,
Yeah.
you know, and we kind of just lost touch with everything and what we were doing. So like I love that this one was kind of like nice, tight, and constrained. It was well paced. It was never lacking for story or fun or action or whatever. And again, man, like you said, the dialogue is just straight up the best dialogue in the comic, I think, this year. I laugh out loud plenty multiple times and just, you know, slick and real, authentic, even inside this ridiculous surreal world that we're placed. So it was yeah, one of the most pleasant surprises of this year for me.
Yeah, it stands shoulder to shoulder with like books like Four Kids Walk in a Bank, and like not only that though, but like it sneakily had some of the best variant covers of the year. Like no joke, and especially like when I think of like the people that were doing some of the covers, like Jorge Fornes has done, I think, a variant for each issue, and I wouldn't.
What?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't know that it was Jorge Fornes.
Oh shit!
And they are excellent looking. They are so cool, man. Like they give like old VHS like cover vibes, like the slipcase on a VHS. Like it gives you those kind of vibes, like mixed with like a crime novel, or not a crime novel, but like a spy novel, like, you know, like a paperback book kind of feel to it. Like they were sneaky good, man. That book,
dude, I gotta check those out.
I don't know what the reception has been like. I know what my personal experience has been like, but like I hope that this series did really good. I hope that a lot of people like got to dive in and really have a lot of fun with it.
Well, I'm encouraged by the fact that we're getting a spinoff, right? Like that's got to mean something. Where would you rank it in Rosenberg's body of work for yourself? I mean, personally?
It's like it's got to be 2, right? Because if I said it's standing shoulder and shoulder with Four Kids Walk in a Bank, and that's arguably numero uno, like I think that's a safe and easy pick to say it's number 1. It's got to be right there. It's in the conversation. So top 3 for sure, because I'm sure something is escaping me in the moment, but like, yeah, it's really good. I've
never really latched on to his DC versus vampire stuff. Has that ever really resonated with you, or
no? I haven't read it though. Like, so I mean, I can't say that if it would have or not. Otto Schmidt though on artwork really makes me consider at least peeking in on it, see what's up.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's reading it, man. That one definitely has had an extended life in DC, and I think he's got more stuff coming in that regard. So, yeah. All right. Before we move on, dude, Conan. Continue. I haven't caught up with this one, so I'm gonna let you take it, and then we'll both talk about. We'll both sing our praises for Colossal Kaya and Rico. But yeah,
okay.
Talk to me about Conan.
Conan freaking rocks, man. And it was like the perfect follow-up issue for what we got with issue number 25, because it was kind of like the landmark milestone issue where we get to spend time not only with a future Conan who is King Conan at that point. So it was kind of cool that we got to see that, but it also was kind of like a love letter, and we got to see a lot of different time throughout the age of Conan himself. So we get all of that foundational information, and it was great for people that haven't been like Conan heads for all of their lives, like this guy right here. So now that we have that information and we're able to work with it, now you can see Zub just kind of like rides the coattails of that story. And they're like, you liked King Conan? Well, let's show you how he gets there, right? So we get to see him actually go to the land where he will eventually take over the kingdom. And it's a cool story. There's basically these 3 portions, these three separate kingdoms that are kind of going to war. They're vying for power in this, for this one piece of land. And Conan and his mercenaries were brought in to basically turn the tides of a battle, right? They were like the one missing piece that they needed. So they kind of sneak in under the guise of, basically in the night, right? To kind of take out their forces so that the other kingdom can kind of swoop in and do what they were going to do. So it didn't like set the stage for Conan to become the king, but it kind of shows Conan in that land. It shows how the kingdom is doing with its current leadership. And it kind of just plants the seeds of going, oh, okay. So like given a little bit of time and now seeing that the people know the prowess and the legend that is Conan, you can kind of see how things are going to progress here. And
so is this the first issue in a new arc, or is like,
yes,
do you think it's a good jumping on point then?
I mean, yes. I mean, any Conan is a good Conan to jump on with, I think. I don't think that there's a wrong way to do it. But yeah, this is definitely a really good time to dive in on Conan. Like, you're going to miss out on some of the classic, more well-known stories like The Frost Giant's Daughter. But like, it's Conan, man. As long as he's doing badass things, swinging his sword, whatever. As long as Conan is being Conan, you're gonna have a good time with it. But
who's that artist, dude? I've heard you singing that artist's praises.
Oh God, it is
Dagnino or something, or
Fernando Dagnino, I believe is his name. But yeah, killer dude, killer work. I think he started in Conan. I think he did one of the stories that were in Savage Sword, and I'm like, it kind of made me take notice. And then when he started doing Conan proper, I'm like, dang, dude, he's like the next in line. And I feel like I've said that a couple times, though, because we've had Roberto De La Torre, Doug Braithwaite, Jonas Scharf, who did the first event series, right? He knocked it out of the park. Now we got Fernando Dagnino. Like, I don't know what Titan's doing, man. They got something in the water over there. But
it's a killer lineup.
Yeah. It's a matter of time before the big two, kind of wise up, because the same thing happened with Jonas Scharf. Now he's going to be working on Ultimate Endgame with Dennis Camp. So you give it a couple months and we're going to see Dagnito's name on some big two book. Don't know what it's going to be.
So see Marvel scooping him up for sure.
It's going to happen.
Making him a Stormbreaker.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, we knew. We already knew.
Nah, but shout out to Titan. They're doing such an incredible job with that property. They really are. I just want to say what up to a couple people. We got Chad, Metal Alpha Collectibles coming through. What up, brother? Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming through. Hope you're doing well. Y'all make sure you're following Metal Alpha Collectibles on IG. Great account, great stuff. Omega said the whole reason that book exists is because Landini wanted to draw robots and sports cars. It awesome.
Shows.
That is so awesome. Great factoid right there, Omega. Zero says as good a reason as any to create a story. Amen to that, bro.
Yes.
Hey, we got Pete in the building. Mosto Comics. What up, bro? Good to see you,
what
man.
Up?
Thanks for coming through. Hell yeah. Omega says these haven't got me on the Conan train, but I do peek through when I see it on the shelf now. Dude, I'm telling you, between this and Savage Sword, brother.
Yeah.
Omega, just pick up an issue of Savage Sword and smell it. That's all you need to do, bro. I'm telling you.
It's not as creepy as it sounds either.
I don't care if it is. All right, man. What do we got? Colossal Kaya. I mean, what can you not love about this book? Also, another great jump on issue, right?
I would argue not just a perfect jump on issue, the absolute, without a shadow of a doubt, best jumping on point for any comic series that have ever existed in the entirety of comic book history. Just period. Full stop. This is the best jumping on point issue. They did such a good job. They did such a good job, man. But talk to him. Tell him.
Dude, I mean, incredible list of collaborators and fellow creators here to celebrate this incredible comic book and world and stuff like that. We have, so many great names mentioned here. We also had Jim Mafood doing a great pin-up at the end, which you can see done live on the Ink Pulp show. So make sure you check that out. Shout out to the homie Nick who was talking about that. But yeah, man, James Harren, Mike Huddleston, Declan Shalvey, Ryan Stegman, of course, Wes himself. I don't know which one was, just talk to me about this issue. Which one really spoke to you? And, just another brilliant, inventive thing that Wes does to make this series exciting and cool. Like, I love how he does these standalone things, these little celebrations or like one-off issues that might not necessarily find their way into a trade or whatever. You know what I mean? I just love these little presents he gives us when it comes to Kaya, and this is another one of those. And so cool to see so many other creators kind of get to play in the sandbox. But anyway, I'll throw it to you, bro. Talk to me. What'd you love about it?
Man, everything is my real answer. If I had to like really distill it down, I have to play favorites a little bit. I'm just like I'm smitten by Mike Huddleston. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it out there. Like I love that dude's work, and I've been a huge fan for such a long time, going back to the days of Oni when he was doing things with Phil Hester, like the Coffin, doing things like Deep Sleeper. We talk about Decorum when that was coming out. It's a simple story. His 3 Worlds, 3 Moons, if that actually released comics, that would have been really dope too. Yeah, just like I remember when the Krakoa Age kicked off with House of X and Powers of 10, he was doing variant covers, and that was like one of the very few times that I was double dipping on comics, and I would pick up
Mike has always been a blind spot for me, man.
Oh.
Unfortunately. What's the first one that really put you put him on your radar? Like, what's the first book that you can remember where you're like, damn, this is a guy to watch out for?
Way back in the day, yeah, Deep Sleeper and Coffin. Coffin was the starting point. So Phil Hester was writing stories, not he wasn't on art duty, and they were killer. They were really, really good.
So Hester was writing and he did the art.
Yeah, dude.
Shit, dude, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, it's fun too, man, because I had the chance to meet him at a Wizard Con back when Wizard Cons were still a thing, back in like the early 2000s. So like I got some like old school sketchbooks that he was doing back then, and like it's really cool seeing his artistic qualities change throughout the years, because there was like back then it was really organic and really thick ink lines, and like I mean you could just kind of like feel it on the paper. But now he's taken a much more digital approach on there, which gives a completely different look and feel to everything, but still very uniquely Huddleston. I do like his current stuff maybe more because it's just like an evolved version, because he just keeps getting better and better. But yeah, like I mean, if you're asking where to start, that was my jumping off point, was way back in the day looking at that kind of stuff.
What's that story about?
With Coffin?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
the one Hester writes is Coffin.
So he wrote Coffin and Deep Sleeper. Coffin was about, it was kind of like the immortality, or the rich people trying to seek immortality out, right? So there's a person that is dying, and they're looking for a test subject to try to find out if this mechanism was going to work to gain immortality. So basically it just captures your essence into this mechanical body, right? And it just kind of holds you together and holds your being within it. But it is, for all intents and purposes, a coffin. You are a walking coffin that could, be disposed of at a moment's notice. If that puppy cracks a leak, you're done. But there's so much more to the story, right? That's the kind of like the just the framework of what happens within it.
Yeah.
Deep Sleeper is much more crazy and esoteric. It's all about the nature of dream and how dreams can be manipulated and the power that one can harness through their dreams. And it gets really, really weird and trippy, which is perfect for Michael Huddleston to like really have a lot of fun with the stories.
Wow. So was Phil, like, sorry to go off on this tangent, but was Phil drawing at that time too, or was he exclusively writing, like starting out?
He was. No, he was still drawing. In fact, I think that this was coming out at the same time that he was drawing Green Arrow at DC.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was nice.
Awesome.
I feel like
I never knew he had a writing side to him. I gotta check that out, bro.
Yeah, he was stretching a couple different muscles back then, man. And I would love to see him continue to do other stuff like that.
Oh yeah, those sound like dope stories.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we can move along. Anything you want to say about Redcoat before we move along? I mean,
I want to hear what your favorite part of the story was for Kaya.
I thought Mike did a great job. I thought I think one of the things Wes does the best, like you said, I think it is a great jump in on point. I think what Wes does this so great, the way he structures each issue, wherever it is in the arc, but also like this one, I think each issue is just such a warm invitation to the book, and I think anybody cracking this one open can't help but be transfixed and hypnotized and brought into this world. So I thought he really handled himself well here against like a murderer's row of talent. Dude, it was really cool getting to see, for my money, also James Harren play in this world. He's just one of my favorite artists, and I love really seeing James kind of expand his brand this year with the Absolute Batman annual, like really start to become more of a known household name, because he deserves it. He's an immense talent, so it's cool seeing him here and there and everywhere.
He's trying different things too, right? Like he's not like, I don't want to say pigeonholed, right? Because I feel like I hear James Harren and I think of one artistic style, and I feel like he's branching out and trying new things right now. I feel, and that's a cool thing. He's experimenting and trying to find what that next version of Harren is going to be. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool and scary to think about.
A little bit too. Yeah.
It's intimidating, man. This art is it's so intense. Like, I love the power behind it, right? Like I feel compelled to understand Ultra Mega at some point in time, just because that just feels like such a colossal work of art. But yeah, I don't know, man. I hope to see more of these. I like how it was like number one. I hope to see another one of these at some point in time where other guys are playing in the sandbox. But yeah, for you guys in the chat who read this one, let us know what your favorite Colossal Kaya contributor was. What artist really wowed you in this incredible compilation of talent? But yeah, Redcoat, bro. Anything you want to say, Redcoat, before we get to these 4 books that we got to talk about?
Redcoat was a great issue. It really was, but it's so difficult to talk about because, one, I don't want to give anything away because there is a very, I don't want to say like a massive spoiler, but kind of. It's like a really heartfelt spoiler. So I don't want to give away too much of what happens in here. And also, there's not a lot that happens. It's also just, it's kind of just like spending a day with a version of Simon. And again, I don't want to say too much because it gives it away. So it's not action-packed. It's not dynamic and bold. It's a setup issue, but it's like a really, really good setup issue. So like if you're in on Redcoat, you already know, you've probably already read this and you understand what I'm saying. If you're not in on Redcoat, I don't know if this is a good jumping on point, because I feel like to really understand what it's delivering, you had to have lived within this world for a little bit. So
yeah,
like if you're curious, I would say dive in, right? Like, get a feel for this world, but like, don't start here. Go back, go to issue number 1, man. And buy the ticket, take the ride.
For sure. But this one continues to be so consistent. I think when you look at like all those original offerings, like this one, Geiger, Rook, I think all those original offerings are really going strong and still remain super consistent. And it's really impressive what they've managed to achieve with these artists, not really taking any issues off and just giving us complete bodies of work. I love it. So,
what I really love is that I feel like Redcoat was kind of like the redheaded stepchild a little bit, and people
for a minute, right? Yeah,
they didn't know what to do with it. They're just like, yeah, Redcoat's okay, I guess. And like a lot of people,
it refuses to quit, dude. It's just good storytelling. It's fun stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think it really had fun with like, I love how it had fun with the American legend side of it, and this second half of the.
Yeah, that's the best part of it, is it plays with those historical moments, right? Those like, larger than life ideas and people. And it's cool. It's really cool the way that they're playful about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, brother. Well, let's get in to our books tonight. And we're going to start with a grand finale, a beautiful send-off. Like our boy Nick said, Firebender Batman?
Yeah, maybe.
The Child of Fire arc concludes part 3. Hayden Sherman going for broke with one of the best covers of the year right here. I just love that orange. We talked about it already, but it's just gorgeous, right? Sings. And basically we get our final showdown with what's his name?
Nick Harris, right? Nikki Harris?
Yeah, Nikki Harris and Dr. Sarika, who he's got in one of these burn suits as well. Gotham's going up. He's got all these fire bombs planted around the city. He wants to take it all up, and one of those horrific citywide, flames of old that's going to engulf everything and bring everything down with it. Of course, Batman shows up and essentially stops Harris and finds the bombs, is able to thwart the threat and save Gotham, essentially, right? He is remade by the fire into something else entirely. He becomes more than a man in this night, right? He becomes a myth. Like people see him doing impossible things on the rooftop as he's saving the city. But I don't know if the Child of the Fire was my favorite arc in Dark Patterns. I think for my money, Scarface and the buildings and all that, I think was my favorite. Like when I just enjoyed that story the most personally. Regardless, I love this one, and I think the way it pulled together all the threads, especially with Dr. Sarika and Batman and the growth that he goes through, kind of learning the ins and outs of Gotham and how some things can be larger than life and ways that you're not ready or prepared for. I think this, the pareidolia, seeing things that weren't there. This is all, there's been so many illusions here, and the Wounded Man. I just love all the misdirection and the second guessing that he's gone through. He's really been beat up in this series. He's really been like he's had to come back from a lot. So it's really cool to see him learn and grow and become something else entirely. Kind of the myth kind of builds and turns into something else in this chapter, and it's been really cool. I love the pulpiness of this, like the grittiness, the noirish bend to it all. I love how Sherman was like obsessed with all those like Batman strips of old and just like the old 30s and 40s style newspapers. You can see that evident in so much of the aesthetic, and also like how incredibly experimental they got with the compositions and the paneling, and we see that in Absolute Wonder Woman as well, but just really expanding their skill set throughout this book. But I think a triumphant finale, definitely landed the plane for my money, and some memorable pages that we'll get to as Batman takes down this fire. But I'll throw it to you, brother. How'd you feel about the finale?
Man, I had such a good time with this finale, but it wasn't on the first read that I had such a good time, because you already know this, but after reading it, like I had to talk to you guys and I had to be like, tell me what were your thoughts? Like what exactly happened in this? Because I can't say that it's a challenging read, but I couldn't quite put my finger on what the purpose was and what the events really meant, right? Like I couldn't find the deeper meaning upon the first read of what this issue was trying to get to. But after talking about it and after reading it again and kind of like, I guess, pondering on the entirety of the series, like it's a beautiful summation of everything that we've gone through, because I feel like from issue number 1, we were handed this version of Batman and we had this anticipation that, okay, well, this is who we're going to be living with and this is what we're going to be getting. And the part that like I didn't necessarily pick up on as the series was going was about, it's not about Batman in this time and, us spending like a day in the life. Like this was very truly and very clearly an evolution of Batman through and through, with each arc and each villain that he has to take on, and each new thing that he learns or each new thing that he survives, right? Because I think a lot of this issue, and I think that they do it really in a really interesting way, but in a really great way, is the lack of clarity over things, because it could have been just a fight, right? It could have just been Batman versus Nikki Harris to save Dr. Soraka, and it's not that, though. In fact, that's a very minimal part of the issue, and that's what kind of broke my brain for a second. I'm just like, oh, we're kind of okay, we're done with that part. And I didn't get it. And I feel like, so not only is the cover great, but I feel like the cover is so engrossing and captivating and like fulfilling of the mission statement of now what I understand the story to be which is that we have a better understanding of what Batman is, and Gotham has a better understanding of what Batman is, and Bruce, as he peers down at the Batsuit, has a better understanding of what Batman is. And Batman's not a man. Batman is more than an idea. Batman is something greater than even Bruce himself. And I feel like this is a series that delivers on that idea. And you feel it. There is a lore to the man that takes on the mantle, right? And he's a bigger thing than even he comprehends, because he has the other cool thing is that he has a fever throughout the entirety of this, man, because dude got rocked in the last series, right? Or not the last series, but the last arc within this series. And he's still coping with that and trying to work his way back. He's bandaged up because homeboy was shot. He has a very clear infection and his mind is not right. His body's not right. He's still dealing with all of that. So he doesn't even know like the gravity of what's happening here, which is kind of giving that lack of clarity more purpose too. So there's just a lot of cool ideas that Dan Waters is able to work with. But again, it all comes back to the evolution of Batman and what he is and what he can be and what he means to Gotham. And it's really cool that is all built up as the series goes on. So this is like, I feel like we talk about like it's like year 3 Batman, and it is, but it's like the latter half of year 3. I feel like this is like the launching off point. Like this is where year 3 stops, and this is where whatever Batman turns into becomes, and this is where it takes off.
This is really, I think, really how he found him finding his way, like you said, him finding his way, him finding his fit in Gotham, like how he truly fits into the city and can be of best service to it. I think especially coming off the Pareidelia arc where he was essentially handcuffed, laying on the floor, watching a man die in front of him, right? I think that really affected him. And coming out of that into this arc and with that lesson learned and like how he responds to it, like you said, through all the pain and suffering, I thought was remarkable, man. And especially like, you know, like we get at the end of Pareidelia where, you know, he tells that kid, you know, I'm sorry. Maybe me coming here was a bad idea, right? And he leaves that kid, and you see all those bad dudes start to close in on him. And then the lightning flashes, and it's this shadow, and it looks like him up on the rooftop, and everybody scatters. But then you see it's really just some rig that he's hooked up that makes it look like him.
Yeah, it's a bucket with a couple mops.
Right. He's starting to understand that it's more than being just a man, right? And I think here, like, you get that him truly kind of like stepping into that myth, like up on the rooftops, chasing the fire, you know, telling it to halt. Like that page right there. I mean,
and there's a beautiful symbology behind it too
of the year. I mean,
because like he's either, I don't know, reborn through the fire, right? Or changed by way of the fire. Like there's a lot of beautiful symbology that's used through this, because,
especially with like when he uses the history of Gotham in that too. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, it's a real heady issue, and it's a way, it's an ending that I didn't anticipate, but it like subverted my expectations in a really, really beautiful way. That so much so that, again, it's like it wasn't easy, but it wasn't meant to be easy, right? Being Batman ain't easy, so like why should it be easy on us as readers? Like, you know what? Like let's go through that journey. Let's experience that transition that he takes into being this new version of what Batman could be. Like I would love for him to do. Like not soon, right? Take some time off, but I would love Dan Waters and Hayden Sherman to come back and do the next version of Batman and how that evolves again, because there's so many iterations. They could do this forever and ever and ever.
Dude, when you think about between this and Batman and Robin Year One, when you're talking about 12-issue Batman series that have really just are going to be evergreen and rereadable for forever, like, you know, and this is looking at it, like you said, like a noirish Year 3, Year 4. I mean, it's just going to be the gift that keeps on giving. I think that, and there's so many little things to appreciate, especially when it comes to Sherman's artwork. So
it was the year of the Bat. Like, let's not even joke ourselves. Like this was the year of the Bat without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, but can't recommend this one enough, y'all. Batman Dark Patterns. Yeah, and I love this last page. Oh, what did you think about our boy Nikki Harrison and Firefly? By the way, I love Firefly, like the the transport van getting rocked and him getting loose, and he's like, "Don't worry, Gordon, I wouldn't hurt you. I wouldn't take that decision from the flame or the fire or something like that." I just love
Oh
it.
yeah. He worships it. He worships at that altar. Like
I want to see Waters and Sherman write and do that character more. Like, it's just so good.
I said, they can come back, but this is something that was needed. In fact, the only thing that but again, this is about the subversion of expectations, is that I anticipated the Doctor to be something different than what he was. Like, there were still, it reveals things about his past, and I feel like it fits the bill, but I really thought it's like, oh, they're setting something up for that last arc for him to be the big bad or something. And it's quite the opposite. He's not the big bad. He's the victim in this. And there's a change that happens with that character as well. But we needed this, because like the bad guy can't just get away, and he doesn't. We don't know what happens, but we know it can't be good, right? The flame will make a choice.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then this final shot of Batman, like, look at that cityscape up there. Just so glorious.
Doesn't that feel like the end of a Batman movie too? Like, doesn't that
Dude,
feel like something like
it feels like I'm in the animated series? Like,
yeah.
It
and
feels
then
like
roll credits.
It still sells from it. Like, it's, oh my god, it's perfect.
Yeah,
Really, can't recommend this series enough, y'all. Incredible stuff. All right, man. Let's move it along. Beneath the Trees, issue 4, Rite of Spring. What is Monica doing out here? Monica is just doing
she's doing whatever Samantha wants her to do, which is, dude. Okay.
And I love the way Horvath set this up and gave it to us, right? Like, all the little bits, like her sneaking in, like, we see Sam. I love Sam's little binoculars there. And then she tells her neighbor she's bird watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like drinking from the thermos from afar, enjoying the show. The show.
Well, okay, so to break down what happens in this issue, which is like a really, really beautiful tie-in to the events of the first series of Beneath the Trees, is that Monica, the sister of one of the characters that was killed within the first series, is coming back. She's investigating. She knows that something happened in this town to her brother, and she's kind of like teamed up with Samantha, of all people, right? Because Samantha is kind of puppeteering things, and Samantha has planted evidence within this house to maybe surmise that, certain things have happened here. And she's already planted that seed in Monica's head. So now Monica is making extraordinarily unsavory decisions in how she's going to investigate said murder. And she's doing things that are buck wild. She's doing things that are absolutely not good. And yeah, the events that I'm trying to not give away how it ends, but it doesn't end.
Oh, we got to
right?
give it away, right? So we got to give it away. So, okay. All right. So yes, Monica's going through the house. First of all, she comes into the house. Sam tells her the evidence is in this house. She comes up to the house, which is occupied by this couple, this new, newly married couple with a newborn baby. And she tells them that she's there from the tax assessment office, that they got to look at the home, that it doesn't look like they've had any renovations or add-ons, but they just need to get a proper assessment for their tax records or whatever. This being Woodbrook, they let her in without hesitation and really don't think twice of it, at least at first. So
homeowners are dumb.
The couple, I think the husband goes back to downstairs to the basement. The wife is walking around with the baby. As Monica starts looking around the house, she finds a box in the baby's room, and she's digging it up out of the floor when the wife walks in with the baby and finds this fucking woman they don't know digging up something out of her, baby's floorboard. She looks like she thinks that Monica's putting something in the floorboard, so she pulls it out. And this is the part I love, right? This part where she's like, "What are you doing? What are you trying to put in my baby's room?" or something like that, And Monica's like, "Oh no, I found this box. I'm gonna step outside while everybody calms down." And she like, there's that little part where she like brushes her with her shoulder, and she's like, "Oof." Or whatever, and then the lady freaks out. She's like, "Get up here!" She yells to her husband, "Get up here now! This woman's hiding something in the baby's room." And so the husband comes upstairs. He's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Monica's like, "I found this box, but you can't have it." He's like, "Well, if you found it in my house, let's have a look at it." He tries to grab it. She's like, bitch, I said you can't have it. Jerks it away from him. And our boy, I love, again, Horvath and his violence, dude. Like, you feel every step this dude hits on his way down.
That's why every time I'm on the stairs, I'm telling my kid, you don't play on the
We
stairs.
get a splat at the end, so I'm thinking he's dead. I mean, I think at best he's in critical care. He's in the ICU at best, right? Looks like a broken neck or something worse. And Monica gets in the car with Sam. She runs out. Sam's the getaway driver. She runs out there. She's like, yeah, I think I hurt that dude. It's like, yeah, maybe just a little bit, Monica. Like, he might be fucked up. But yeah, dude. And now she's got the map from Nigel. So Sam planted that there, or she knew it was there from Nigel? Because this is why I asked, because we find out on this map that Nigel had, it says Sam's summer or whatever. It has a timeline of her bodies and, you know, where she buried him and stuff like that. And Nigel has that written on the back of the map. So I was like, damn, that's really crazy that she just planted that evidence for her to find. But did she not know it at the time? I'm guessing is what she was saying. Yeah. She said something about it when she was crossing it out at the end.
Yeah, I can't recall now whether it was planted or what. I feel like it was planted there, and maybe that was just like maybe that was a oops, I didn't see it. Mm-hmm. But either way, she's just like,
she dodged the bullet. Yeah, because like if Monica had seen that, she would have known that, you know, it was Sam's work that they were going to take a look at. But now, man, the trap is like she's literally in the palm of Sam's hand, right? They're driving out to the site of the killings. It's like Sam can just make her another one, no problem. It seems like there's no hope for Monica in the situation. So I can't wait to see where the issue goes. But it seems like, you know, where we had a little chance there where, you know, Monica was keeping herself separate from Sam. Now she's like fully entwined.
Well,
I can and dude, the way I was seeing it was like, Sam can say, I was out bird watching outside the house. This crazy lady ran up to me with this box, told me that, you know, carjacked me, said you forced me to drive her out to wherever and blah, blah, blah type shit. You know what I mean? She can like just feign self-defense or something from here. It ain't even no thing. So it's like, I don't see how it's not looking good for.
Do you think that's where it's going though?
No, of course not. That's why I love it.
Okay, because like through the first series, I'm sitting here to myself thinking like, okay, well, so she's like, you know, she's like a Bundy, right? She's like a John Wayne Gacy type, something like that. She's a serial killer, and that's what the story is about. But in this series, like, she's like freaking Hannibal Lecter. Like, she is a puppeteer. She's just making things happen exactly the way she wants them to happen. She's manipulative, and she's like driving everyone to like do exactly what she needs to see happen to make sure she not only covers her own tracks, but like there's just a level of deviousness that we don't get, which is crazy because we're talking about a person who was a serial killer in the first like series. And she's more devious now because like,
and the way she's like already on top of the internet wave, like,
bro. Oh yeah, she's playing games out here. But the way I'm seeing it is that I don't like, she could be playing with her food a little bit, right? Maybe she still plans on killing Monica, and that could happen sometime in the future. But it feels very much like a jigsaw where like they're trying to make a protege. Maybe like, how far can I push this person? And like, what is their
part of that
point?
Too?
Yeah,
absolutely. I don't know. I just love. Because, you know, at the end of the last issue, after we got the origin story with her killing her parents and everything like that, and I was wondering, is Monica really going to go in that house and play Sam's game? And, you know, she did all those things that were expected of her. So because like this issue went in kind of an expected direction, I can't wait to see where we go from here. Because Horvath has a genius way of always ending your expectations and where you think the story's going to go in the best way. So I can't wait to see what's going to go. Just wild ass guess where you think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think that I'm giving it away. I think that's where it's going. I think Sam is kind of bored. I think she's done with what she was doing before. She wants
to train Monica up.
Yeah, she's looking for that next high, that next like adrenaline rush, and like I think that this is maybe the thing. It's like I don't even have to do it. I can just have someone go do what I want to see happen, and that is going to be where I feel that level of power, the same power I get from what I was doing before.
Mm. Okay, I like it. We'll see.
I don't. It's terrible. Oh, terrible.
What do you
Gross.
mean? No, it's good. It's good.
No.
Love it. We want more Sam. I want more cold-blooded Sam out here.
Oh,
I want more ducks hanging upside down, being bled out, bro. I'm sorry. I do. I want more paint cans. I want more paint cans.
okay. We
I'm a
learned a lot
dark.
tonight.
I'm a dark broken. I'm a dark broken.
Jeez. Oh,
We love
it
you,
is
Sam.
definitely
We
entertaining.
love you, Sam.
Yeah, seeing her get away with this stuff, which is the creepiest thing. Oh, we're
Yeah.
rooting for her. We're rooting for her to get away.
Oh, stop being such a prude. It's a killer bear. It's
I'm
fine.
just, but it's like the same way like Heisenberg in Breaking Bad. We're not talking about the protagonist here, but we're still rooting for them to get away with the things that they're getting away with. And
That's
it's like
beautiful. It's amazing. Dude, that's what I loved about the video I made for issue 3 and like seeing all those comments. It's such a visceral reaction people have about this character. People really feel one way or the other about Sam. Like some people are generally hate reading this comic because they're just waiting for her to perish. It's awesome. Like you gotta love that. It's like that's what you want. So yeah, and then others of us are celebrating all those bodies she's collecting, and we just want to see her.
oh
We
man.
need like Dwight Schrute said, bro. We need another plague. We need a thinning. We need a culling.
Oh my god. Oh man, there's those neighbors after some tragedy strikes where they're just like, I've lived next door to this person forever, and I would have never anticipated. Your neighbors are going to be like,
yeah, they're going to clip this show.
Yeah, I saw it coming.
There was one live show one night. It was like the week before Thanksgiving. He was talking like a maniac. I knew it then.
Let's travel to the 5th dimension to like save our old souls.
Let's get out of here. Thanks, Z. Thanks for saving me from incriminating myself anymore. Dude, first of all, I love this opening page. I think that is W. Maxwell Prince right there. Who is that in the looking all H.G. Wells right there in the flying saucer? It's gotta be Prince, I feel like.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen W. Maxwell Prince and Martin Morazzo, and I don't feel like either one of them look that way. So
I've seen him before, and he's had pictures, but he's had a beard, so I feel like that might
exactly.
I feel like
maybe that's a dapper version. I don't know.
Yeah, I love that though. It was awesome.
Yeah, this was a killer issue though. This was it. Okay, let's just say this. It's really hard to talk about a W. Maxwell Prince book. Like it just is because it's not.
No, like to explain one maybe, but
no. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, like I mean, I could take you through the roadmap of what happened, but I don't feel like that's a satisfying experience because, like, yes, Clark goes into the 5th dimension, saves magical imps by creating magical imp and reigniting imagination. The end. Like, okay, that's not. Yeah, okay, yeah, we did that. Cool. But like that doesn't give you all of the nuance and like I don't know, the flavors of what the Ice Cream Man team brings to a book like this. So I say again, it's kind of a hard book to describe and talk about, but maybe prove me wrong.
I think it's a book that delights in the Silver Age weirdness and goofiness. I think that's the best way. I think it really takes that spirit of Superman from his early days when he was kind of outrageous and doing crazy, questionable things, and I think it really celebrates that. I think that's the best way to look at it. I think this book, this issue especially, it's kind of its crowning achievement. When I found out we were going to the 5th dimension last issue, I was ecstatic because I thought, what better storytelling device for these creators to have a field day with, and they do not let you down. I love the. Hold on, let me pull up my pictures here. But Lex is always evil. But I love. First of all, we always get to play with cool DC characters throughout every issue of this story, and this one's no different with Dr. Fate. But dude, the spaghettyification and like the rule book on like how to survive, and like it was just every page of this book was a delight. Turning each one, like finding these field manuals, like this one, it just when taking it back to those rudimentary drawings, it's just a book that delights in being weird and yeah, like I said, that Silver Age side of Superman that's just kind of like off the wall bonkers. And this one was that in all its goodness. I think this is like the best issue of the series so far for me. What did you think about Kal Elf, bro? What in addition to the Superman canon?
I mean, it's kind of crazy that we haven't had this until now. We've had Batmite, we've had
How perfect
Mr.
is that name?
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, we knew that something was coming, and I was thinking in my head, like, what could this be? Like, what? And my ideas were terrible. Like, I mean, it was just awful, terrible things. But like, yeah, it was right there. It's right on the tip of all of our tongues, and we never even saw it coming. But like, it is crazy though. In the year of our Lord, 2025, we just are now getting the fifth dimension Superman. Like, how long have we
Right?
had Batmite?
Seriously.
Like, yeah, decades. It has to be. I mean, this has to be
Absolutely.
an invention of the 50s or 60s. So like, it's just it's insanity. But like, I
I love
guess
seeing him in action. Oh, I thought I had the. Dang it, I thought I had it. But like when he turned himself into a plane and like a locomotive and stuff like that, it was just so much fun, man. I love
oh,
this
and the
one.
way that they play with that too, like right, like faster than a speeding bullet, and like
Yeah,
faster than whatever. It was like no, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's both.
it's
Like,
a bird plane. Yeah,
yeah.
like the wings were wings. It was brilliant. I thought again played to the creator's strengths. I loved there were so many pages that just made me smile or you know surprised or it was everything you want from a comic. I'm gonna be sad to see this series go because it's just been excellent through and through, and it's been such an awesome weird adventure, man. I think it's like I don't know. It's so hard to describe, like in a general
Oh,
sense.
look who's turning around on us now.
Like I want to call it all. No, I want to call it All Star Superman. Like I always want to go to that, right? Because there's
Yeah.
that element of like of evergreen quality to it, but like it's also I don't know. I don't think a lot of comics these days take that Silver Age side of things or that all that weird history and run with it in the way this one has. So
Well, it's a risk. I mean, let's
it
not
is, but
joke around, but like this is a divisive book. Like, I mean, and it's divisive. Not like people are like talking down on it, but like it's divisive just from like I don't know, like just like your immediate reaction to the book. You could see this cover, and like there are some comic collectors or readers out there that are just immediately, nope, that is not for me. And like, and I get it. Don't get me wrong. I totally understand that because I can see myself making that same decision had I not known the creators that are involved with this. Like zany, cheeky, silver agey stuff. Like I can't say that that resonates with me 100% all the time. However, and this is where I bring it back, I think that what you say about it, comparing it to All-Star Superman and even mistaking it and trying to call it All-Star Superman, it totally fits because there's only like a handful of people that would play with those kind of ideas and be able to really take continuity and take that time and age of comic books and reorchestrate it and kind of like change it into something new and modern and different, but still kind of like honor it in a really great way. And we've seen that with Morrison.
is
And
it like is it an exclusive Morrison trait? Like who else do you think does it really
I
well?
think that there's people that do it, maybe more so continuity than like Silver Age. Cause like, I mean,
Yeah,
let's be honest, it
it
gets
does. It gets
difficult.
crazy. It does.
Yeah. But like,
For sure. But I think there's definitely Morrison has proven it. Like there's something there.
who was going to play with Zura and R before Morrison came around and was like, oh, don't worry, I can make this cool. And then everyone's like, oh, it's cool. Now I'm going
Yeah.
to play with that, in my toy box. Like, that's just what he did. And that's what he's able to do. But I think W. Maxwell Prince, like, if they went exclusively into big two type of comic books and did that kind of thing, I think that they could find wild success and be something like a Morrison. I don't want them to do that. Like, I'm not saying that that's a good, plan or whatever, but because I think that they've already found success, under their own umbrella. And I think that they should keep doing that. But I think that there's a different path where they kind of go that route and become totally different types of creators that play with those ideas.
Oh yeah, multiverse Prince and Marazzo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere out there in the vast.
They got to find their dimensional imp. That's what they got to do.
Yeah, and not skip rule number 5.
Definitely not rule number 5.
Very important.
Don't want to end up like spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Kal-El, like you said, the minute I saw that name, I'm like, of course it's Kal-El.
Yeah, exactly. Like you get mad at yourself because it's like, come on, I'm better than this. I should have seen it.
And then we see Lex's Endgame, Kryptonite Man, and a bunch of bizarre robots. Our boy has got his work cut out for him. So yeah, going to be a grand send off. Can't wait to see it. But incredible series, man.
Yeah.
Kryptonite's back.
And the fun thing too is that what we're getting on this end page, it doesn't mean a damn thing. We have no idea what's coming in this last issue, besides the fact that it's the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're gonna twist something around on us, and we're not gonna see it coming. And we're gonna be like, oh, mwah, brilliant.
Yeah. We got Callie in the building. What up? Oh, sorry. What up? Yeah, Kal-El. Hell yeah.
What up?
Yeah, 60s. Absolutely. 60s level.
Yeah.
All through and through. Ice Cream Superman. Indeed.
It is.
Anyone who read Ice Cream Man was on board for this right away. Absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
No questions asked. All right. Last but most certainly not least,
No.
the Power Fantasy number 13. Man, the stakes just keep amplifying here as we see the literal fallout from ATN's making Kid Ignition a vegetable as Heavy seeks immediate vengeance for his son, and he starts raining bodies from the pyramid on top of Jackie and Eliza, or not Jackie, but we all know what time it is.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, Heavy wants answers. He's out for blood after his son has been incapacitated.
He deserves answers.
Yeah, exactly. He does. And so in an effort to get him those, we get this kind of dude, whose house is this up on this floating satellite or ring or whatever in space?
I think that's Valentina's place, right?
Is it Valentina's place? Okay.
Yeah. So
Valentina's spot up in orbit. They all meet. We have another meeting. Every time these motherfuckers get together for a meeting, some shit's about to go down. And Valentina has prepared informational packets for all of them that basically let them know what she knows about ATN, that he's a 5-ton brain in New York City, et cetera, et cetera. So she gives these out to everybody, and they kind of weigh this information, and then we get Nick's favorite exchange where Eliza asks both ATN and our girl if the visions that she's been seeing are coming from ATN's voice, if they're ATN really at work here, and
Yep.
I love this moment where she just lies straight to her face, and says that he's telling the truth, that he has he doesn't even know what she's talking about. So it's crazy that they kept up that lie. I'm sure that's not going to come back to haunt them, or at least haunt her in horrific ways. But then, the whole crux of the issue kind of comes on this telepathic conversation between ATN and Heavy about the human nature and how to fix things, right? ATN wants to essentially do psychic surgery on every human being on Earth and just take out that what did he say? He's got some brilliant quote, like the part that I just want to get rid of the part that makes us fight over toys as children, or something I don't know.
Basically.
That's kind of such a brilliant way of putting it. He just wants to take out the evil bad side of us that always makes us, prone to violence and go to war with each other. And,
anything that would make you violent, racist, misogynist, sexist, any ist, right? Any bad version, he wants to create the Star Trek utopia of the future, but kind of in a very forceful manner.
Yeah, I think as he says, the problem is human nature, so let's fix human nature. And this, that's the solution he presents. initially just one-on-one to Heavy to try to convince him. And then, Heavy backs out of the telepathic thing and lets the whole group know what he's thinking.
Yeah.
I love that. And like Etienne's like a day for honesty then. He tells the whole group, and then Heavy decides to make his move, which is to scoop the entire motherfucking block up out of the ground and throw our boy into space.
So and to kind of set the stage for this as well, all of these people are all powerful in their own manner, right? And Etienne has influence over the mind and is incredibly strong, and it has basically told everyone, they all kind of have their fail safes. You come at me, this is what's going to happen. And Etienne was like, you come at me, and I already have a trigger mechanism that if I die, I'm going to send out a shockwave of psychic power that will destroy the greater parts of Northern America. So like
Squid and Watchmen.
Yeah, he basically was like, fuck around and find out. And Heavy being Heavy was like, okay. You messed around with my kid, like, and I don't care. Like, you're done. You're done right now. And like you talked about Etienne's plan, right? To fix humanity. And this is the beauty of the book, is that there's a part in any rational person's mind that goes, I wonder if that's the path forward. Like, and it's a scary thought,
Yes.
but it's just like, I don't know.
Dude, I love that this panel on the bottom here where you see Heavy consider it for half a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But then you think about it long enough, and it's like, you talk about fixing humanity, and you're talking about fixing it the same way that Bob Barker talks about fixing pets. You're not talking about fixing it. You're talking about surgically removing it. Yeah. Those are two vastly different things. And for these all-powerful beings to... I love this book. All right, I got to take a tangent real quick here, because I feel like at the onset of reading this story, I feel like I had a very firm grasp on what it was about, which at the heart and soul of it was about the ethics of superheroic beings. And I don't think that's what we got anymore. I think that was maybe like the first layer of this book, and really what it's evolved into and changed into was not about the ethics of superheroics or superpowers. It's really about the balancing act of doing the right thing or the selfless thing, or, the altruistic thing, right? It's about the lies we tell ourselves to get through the day, because each one of these people, and that's what this issue is all about, is the lies that they've been telling each other and the hard truths that they probably need to hear. But truths come with consequences. And this consequence was like, whatever, three city blocks in Chicago, I believe.
Yeah. No, it's NYC, right?
Was it NYC? Okay. Yeah.
I think it was NYC, yeah. I like how Jackie was like, I think I would knock back a few beers on the bar at the bar on that corner or whatever. When
that's true.
He finds out where ATN's hiding. But yeah, where were we? Yeah, so, and it's the way these things are paced and presented by this creative team is just brilliant. These huge, like, crazy world-altering moments, like when Heavy just kind of with a slight little flex there, a slight little nod, just sends that entire chunk of Earth into orbit and kills ATN. Right there, it catches him dead in his arms, right? And I think there's going to be this horrible psychic backlash across North America, across Central America. They don't know how long it's going to stretch, and then we find out it's nothing. Our girl Mashimi gets a text from ATN, and the only option, like, it's something like the only option with the nuclear trigger is not to press it, or the nuclear button is not to press it. And so we're all left with this kind of like this silent, like, resolve of a moment, right? Where what did we just do? Like, we killed this dude, and his kind of like uncontrollable ideas of right and wrong and how he saw the world, and fear of like how powerful he was getting. But like at the same time, how evil was he at the end of the day? It's really, I don't know, it just makes you question the nature of these beings, and the impulsive decisions that they're making that that are world changing. But
Yeah, at
such
the end,
a grand stage to set everything with, and I just love how all these stories at the end of the day are just so brutally human.
yeah, like I mean, at the end of the day, Ation's character, he wasn't the dish to the left and he wasn't the dish to the right. He was the pillar in the middle that like held both of them in place, right? And maybe one shifts this way and maybe one shifts that way, but he was always here, right? Making sure that everything stayed in an acceptable balance based on his, viewpoints and his viewpoint. Like
Yeah, like when
how
he's
he
talking
sees
about
everything.
like Mashimi and like he with her relationship, like when her her girlfriend has trouble uh
Mhm.
and the relationship, she comes to him every time. Like that little moment, like it's crazy. Like I love how he says like something like um with my psychic power I do soften the edges of this world, this sharp world that you walk through, or something like that. I
Mhm.
don't know. And to learn that he's killed over
Oh yeah.
he's killed what, over 200 of these atomics
Yeah,
because
they think yeah, they thought that maybe like up to 5 atomics have existed since their coming to the party basically, right? And that's why Kid Ignition was such a big deal. They're like, "Oh, we have another, superpowered being who was basically held in secret until he was 18." I think it was 18 at least. And now to find out that Ation's
yeah.
like, do you understand how crazy this world would be if there were 200 of us and how difficult a balancing act that would be to make sure that humanity could survive? Like, no, I've been offing them for years. And it's like, whoa, you're not wrong, but also that's crazy. You're a
Yeah.
crazy person.
He's like, he was talking about that woman who could see forward to the end of time and wanted just to know what happened. And by knowing what happened, she would bring about quantum collapse or something like that. And he's like, and I couldn't stop her or her powers, but I could kill her.
Yeah. But again,
So
like it's that,
it's
that train
exactly,
exercise.
exactly. It's like now it's going to be without all these safeguards and all these little like protections he's put in place. Like you said, like amongst this whole fraternity of atomics, it's going to be interesting to see like how things start to go off the rails, man.
Yeah.
And I hope Team Heavy doesn't leave Australian airspace either. All right, not happy about any of that.
We don't know
Dude,
what Heavy's gonna do, man. He's a wild card. I
guys, when
love
you
him
talk
for it.
about like a comic that I am so fucking excited to read week to week, like it's just absolutely incredible. Each issue is just going to blow your socks off with some incredible events, incredible twists, incredible characterizations. Wingard's art on every single issue has just been astounding. I just can't say enough things about this book, man. It's such a fun ride, and I don't think there's a book I look forward to more with a new issue week to week than Power Fantasy. Honestly, where we're at now, it's just such a fever pitch, man.
Yeah.
I just don't know
Well,
what's going to happen.
and Gillen's been out there. He's been doing a lot of press recently, specifically for Die, but Power Fantasy always comes up, and I love hearing the conversations that he has about it, where he talks about the fact that he's changed his writing approach specifically for this, where he's like, I generally write for the trade, right? I want to tell a compelling
Mm,
story. Whereas the Power Fantasy, he's making a conscious effort to write for the single issue. And it shows. It shows in
facts.
such a big way because there is not a single issue where I have not like had a jaw-dropping moment where like it leaves you and you go, oh my God. And then you set your calendar and you bide your time and you wait 30 days until you get the next issue. And each day that
And
goes
it's
by,
like
you're just like,
repeat, yeah, rinse and repeat. It
yeah,
really is. It really, I think he's really honed that over these past like what 4 or 5 here,
mhm,
like recently, as like things have, for better or for worse, become a little bit more unclear with the future of the book. I think he's really like dialed it in, man. I think these past like 2 or 3 have just been electric. You
yeah,
just you're reading with bated breath. Like when I was telling y'all, reading the first 3-4 pages of this, like I could feel my heart pounding. Like it just doesn't get any better than that, man. Like when you're just like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, what?
You're supposed to have that reaction for great media, whether it's music, whether it's TV,
Awesome.
movies, comic books. It's like, you know, it's like when they talk about being on the edge of your seat and like, you know what that feeling is, right? I mean, you should have that in good comics. And there's not enough comics that you get that feeling towards. This one is though.
Amen,
And it's not just a single issue. Like I mean, you hear us talk about it constantly. Like, and we're not talking about it just to talk about it. Like, I mean, this is a rare, beautiful book. It's probably been 5 years, maybe longer, since I've had a book that's made me feel the same way that the Power Fantasy does. I can say that very easily.
Bro. Well said. It's I don't know. It's so rare to have that excitement these days. So definitely going to hold on to that. Can't recommend it enough. Like you said, we're not just talking about it just to be cool and niche, y'all. It's fucking, it's an incredible, incredible work of art. So the Power Fantasy, Kieron Gillen, Caspar Wijngaard, can't recommend it. And,
oh man, but how beautiful that you that we're talking about a philosophical, ethical book, and while you didn't mean it that way, you did sneak Nietzsche in there.
Nietzsche, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Nietzsche, yeah. Nice. Rogue knows what time it is. We got to keep it going, y'all. We got to show it support. So, highly recommend. Check out them trades. Get them single issues. The truth will set you free right after it pisses you off.
Yeah. Amen to that. Yep.
I like there's one that the truth will set you free, but not until it's finished with you, or something like that. I like that one.
Yeah, it's true.
Crazy issue of people standing around talking would be so exciting.
But
that's way to put it, bro.
Yeah.
And then when the action finally does come, like I just love all the quiet moments, like when Etienne's talking to Mishimi and you see like the birds flying over the ocean, right? And like the little kaiju start to
it's bubbling.
Oh my god. It's just like little shots like that. Because we still haven't seen her in all her glory. Like
nope. Dude, reading this issue was like watching the Seven Fish episode, the Christmas episode of The Bear, where it's just like it's a fever pitch of emotion. Everyone is poking
like,
and prodding
what?
Yeah. This is a catastrophe, and I can't take my eyes off of it.
Oh yeah. So that'll do it for our 4 books of the evening. Again, we wanted to highlight Colossal Kaya, and we're taking everyone down with us, but we did, talk about those books and show them some love. But moving on, before we get to our covers of the week, stellar choice for Comics of Futures Past today, bro. Hell yeah. It gets no better right here.
Dude, yeah, we talked a little bit about the evolution of Batman earlier today with Batman Dark Patterns, and I mean, why not kick off what is, the first steps of the evolution of Batman, then with Batman issue number 404, the beginning of Batman Year One by Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli, released on November 12th, 1986. This is, and will forever, ever be the definitive origin story of the Bats, right? No one is ever going, it's crazy that Batman was created by, 2 other individuals. But when you think about the origin story, you don't think about, Bob Kane and Bill Finger in that same way. You think about Frank Miller and you think about this story, and this really kicks off everything that will define the Batman mythos from that point moving forward. It is arguably the most concise, clean origin story for any superhero in existence. And it really took the mind of Frank Miller to be able to deliver on that kind of idea. The other cool thing that I really love about the entirety of Year One, but we get our first glimpses of it, is that Batman Year One isn't necessarily a Batman story. At least I don't view it that way. It's more of a Jim Gordon story, right? Because we're witnessing Gotham through his eyes for the very first time, because he was a Chicago beat cop that comes to Gotham, right? Trying to basically find a place that he can raise a family. Like, why would you choose Gotham? I don't know, but it worked out that way. Rising through the ranks, right? He comes in as Lieutenant Gordon at that point. But we see and witness the world through his eyes, and we see the corruption of the city. We see the corruption of the police force. We see how a man can make a difference in the city. It is an epic epic storyline that kicks off here with Batman 404. I feel like I don't need to talk about it all that much because, like, who hasn't talked
Right.
about this or read it? It's year one, for God's sake. Like I said, it's the definitive origin story because it is, and everyone's read it. But like, if you haven't, or hell, if you have, like, go back, like, just thumb through it again because it's worthwhile. And I've talked a lot about Frank Miller in this issue. David Mazzucchelli
Oh
doing
my God.
peak superhero comic work. It is glorious. If you can get your
Perfect.
hands,
Like it's literally perfect to me.
It is.
Those lines, it's like God himself was drawing. It's crazy.
No kidding, right? Like you could go look at the Sistine Chapel and it can give you all of these feelings and emotions, right? And your heartbeat could be elevated and your eyes can dilate in the majesty that is the Sistine Chapel. This is the comic book equivalent of the Sistine Chapel, right? This is exactly what you're getting here. If you can get your hands on the artist edition of this, it's, I mean, it is a load-bearing wall of a book, but
Yeah.
still, go get it
Worth
and just bask in the glory that is year one. It is a beautiful story. It's something I could read so regularly. It's just crazy. And the other crazy thing too is that we've showcased a lot of Frank Miller on Comics of Futures Past this year in particular, because the timing of when when those Wednesdays line up happens to coincide with 1986. Man, what a year. What a year for a handful of creators to redefine what comics are. But Frank Miller was on one, man. The amount of work that he did defining a character, redefining a character, making a definitive ending for that same character that he told the definitive origin story for, defining what an adult landscape of a comic book can be. Magical stuff.
It's one of those creative zones like you put up there with, like, I think of the Hall of Famers of any artistic genre, any creative talent who went on a spree that you look at and go, oh man, that run right there, or those few albums, whatever. Like Miller in '86 was something incredible, and I think he was really riding the lightning in a special way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's I don't want to say it's the Beatles, but it's kind of the Beatles.
No,
Like,
it's on that level, dude. Like, I mean, it was just banger after banger, and like you said, not only what he was, the quality of the stories he was putting out, but like how he was changing the game was.
Its ramifications we're still feeling right now, right? If 1986 was an earthquake, we still feel the aftershocks to this day right here. So, Comics of Futures Past, before I turn this into a 3-hour stream just talking about Frank Miller, Comics of Futures Past, Batman 404, go find out how the Dark Knight became the Dark Knight.
Zero's got it. Hell yeah, bro. Mine's right over there, holding up the wall. But yeah, hell
Right
yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, that's incredible, man. I love looking at that thing. I don't really have a whole lot of artist editions or huge art books, but I'm so glad I have that one. It's worth every penny.
If I had one, that would be the one.
It's worth it, dude. Dude, those those see-through, those transparent like title pages or whatever, where you can do the layover. I don't even know all the technical terms, but incredible. All right, bro. Covers of the week.
All right, we talked about it. Beneath the Trees Where No One Sees. Yes. Oh yeah, dude. Okay, yes. Harold and the Purple Crayon.
It was reading time the other night. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Well, thank God it was that book and not Beneath the Trees. But this series has had a crazy amount of really cool homage covers. This one stood out. I have a real love for the children's books that come out in that same vein. Like, if you throw a Marie Sendak homage out there, like,
yeah, same.
Trust me,
Michelle Silverstein or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy that puppy, right? So this one is done by Elizabeth Beale. Like, and you had shown it, right? So, like, I mean, you look at those back and forth and you're just like, holy cow, did they nail it? I mean, just nailed it. Like, perfectly done.
And I love the knife and the blood with beneath. Like, it's such a great little touch.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I had to showcase that one, man. This one jumped right out at me.
Oh yeah.
We don't talk about Peach Momoko enough. And again, we talked about
Peach. That's sick.
Peach Remember, Peach is still out there writing and drawing her own comic that comes
That's
out
awesome.
on a monthly basis, and does not take a beat off of doing her own variant covers for all kinds of books here. So we talked about Die Loaded earlier. This is the Die #1 variant that Peach did out there. Yeah, like I gotta talk about her more, because like Peach doesn't take a day off. She doesn't take a minute off throughout the day. She's gotta just be pumping out work constantly.
That's gorgeous, dude. That looks like Anand RK or somebody. Like that's
A little bit. I could see that for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, great call.
Again, we talked about it. Oh, and we talked about homages, man. Now this is the Youngblood homage, but like, I'm not talking about it because it's a Youngblood homage. I'm talking about it because it's an Uncanny X-Men #100 homage. And I've said it. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. You read Power Fantasy because it's the absolute best X-Men book that is on stands right now. Leaps and bounds. It doesn't even, I mean, the other X books that are out there don't even come close to touching the majesty that is Power Fantasy. So what a cool way to kind of honor that idea and show a little love to one of the founding fathers of Image Comics, that is Rob Liefeld, at the same time.
I got the only one I got was the one for Colossal Kaya. I got the Youngblood variant for that one.
Yeah, and it's the Youngblood #1 where they're all kind of like in the
the group
right?
shot.
Yeah.
That's
Sick as well.
Dude, I love Wijngaard's line work. Just so crispy clean.
Yeah. It's so minimalistic too. Like there's a
it really is, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the word, right? But it's like precision, I guess.
It
right?
is.
Like, yeah, there's no wasted line, right?
And I was just like thinking about that reading Power Fantasy, like all those little, like when they're up on Homegirl's house up there in orbit, and all those little bits like floating around, will have in the background just like little pieces of debris, or Heavy will get up like real angry at some point, and you'll see like, you know, the debris kind of float up in the air. It's just, I don't know, little touches like that. I love it.
Yeah.
Last but not least, last one. Yeah.
I did.
Is that Adam Hughes?
No. So, but it kind of evokes that kind of feeling, right? I had no idea that who this artist was, but Supergirl again is another book that's been out there having some really sneaky good variant covers. This is done by an artist it's a one name artist, right? It's like a Montos. Sozomake, something along those lines.
I think I've seen that name before. Yeah.
Yeah, I have not, but when I saw the cover, I was like, damn, that looks pretty cool, man. And it shows like kind of the badass quality of this character, or what this character could be. I kind of like that. It's like, it gives that feeling of a person that she's been like blown back through a wall, but now she's stepping back through it like, all right, let's start this fight now, you know?
Yeah. Seriously, it's a great touch. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice stuff, bro.
Thank you. What you
for your boy? We got to celebrate Ashley Wood doing a weirdo Child of Fire Batman Dark Patterns cover. Ashley's doing like 3 variants a week these days for these Batman books, but this was my favorite of the group. Also had a dope Batman and Robin one y'all should check out. But shout out to, I love DC giving Ashley Wood all this variant love. It's great to see.
I love Ashley Wood's artwork, dude. It looks like I can't wrap my head around how they do some of the things that they do, because there's some parts of it that feel like it feels like an etched out stamp. And there's some parts that feel like, it's like there's so many different artistic approaches that are taken on every single individual piece of art. It's so good.
It is. Dude, here's your boy, Chris Bachalo on this Hush variant. This was absolutely sick. I was blown away by this. I didn't even know. I haven't seen Chris cover in a minute. Have you?
No, it's been a hot second, man. But
awesome, I was here for that.
I was pleased to see it, man. Never a detail missed with Bachalo.
Oh my god, and so kinetic. I love the Hush in the background too.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. Oh yeah. Mike Choi doing the Kal-El for Superman Kryptonite Spectrum. Love this weird ass character. Love Mike's rendering of him here. Like,
that's awesome.
The outfit is so crazy. It's like pajamas.
I like that the stripes are so very clean too. Like,
exactly.
They don't wrap around the muscles. It's very,
It's awesome. Yeah, and that weirdo like hair strip he's got in the middle. Dude, Junie Ba doing Etienne and this Power Fantasy cover was maybe like my favorite of the week. It's great to see Junie Ba is like one of my favorite creators out there, period, these days, and to get to him like collaborating on a favorite title like this was awesome. And yeah, this one was great. I love all the skulls kind of emanating out from ATN's presence. Very, very fitting in more ways than one.
Yes.
Dude, Simon Bisley doing a Conan cover.
That's the Biz? Oh,
That's the Biz with one dude like reeling back and his throat spraying blood. Yes, please. I'm here for that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we learned that all about that with you.
Dude, the Biz is the man. Still killing it. This one's awesome. I love that mad, just insane looking Conan's eyes in that one. Great. I'd love to see, dude, throw a Biz on a Savage Sword story, brother. Ooh.
Don't tempt me with a good time. Jesus.
And then last but not least, our boy Michael Cho doing a Fantastic Four cover. I think his aesthetic would be perfect for a Fantastic Four story. Would love him to see him illustrating one, somewhere down the line. So I'm just throwing it out there. I love this cover. So just brings back all that Kirby goodness, and it's also his own thing. So yeah, shout out Michael Choi, man. One of my favorite cover artists doing it these days.
Hell yeah. I love the incorporation of the Kirby crackle kind of in like the shadow of the characters, or taking the place of like the dark lines that should be there.
For sure. And there's definitely like a Kirby cover out there where all the villains are around like a superhero team like that, just like that. You know what I mean? It's It's gotta be, if not a direct homage one way or the other. All right, brother. We've already talked about some of these books, Sacrificers being one of them. What are you looking forward to this week, man? What's on the top of your list?
Dude,
Grant Morrison coming back for Batman Deadpool?
Grant Morrison is back working on Batman.
I heard you loved it. I heard it was it really blew your socks off.
Yeah, it did something. It definitely was. I'll use one of my other famous sayings. It was a book. It was a book. Yeah, but yeah.
Cautiously optimistic.
I was cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
If you'd like to know more of my thoughts and ideas, check out On the Pull List, which drops every single Sunday, where I go over my thoughts about all the comics. Yeah. Let's see here. I've read a handful of books. I don't want to give away too much. The Ultimates, I think, is going to be exciting, but it's more of a building kind of thing, right? Because like we talked about with Ultimate Black Panther, everyone's kind of waiting on bated breath. The maker's coming back. What's going to happen? And it's all about preparation right now. Lost Fantasy has been sneaky good too. And I feel like, I don't know if it's been delayed or if it's just my perception of time, but it feels like it's been too long between issues and I'm ready to get back into that world. Absolute Flash, the last issue was really good, and it has not been a really good series so far. But the last issue was really good, and I'm still along for the ride. So I want to maybe keep some of that pace going, right? Let's keep it going. I'm not saying that I'm like here to declare that it's a great book, but I want to.
Why are you still reading it?
It's Jeff Lemire, and there's enough, right?
Is that what kept you on it up till like the last issue where it kind of saved you?
Oh yeah, there's always like a little inkling, right? There's like a little thing where you're like, oh man, I feel like there's something there, and it's just not there yet. And like I want to give it as much.
Are you saying that with Lemire or what? Like
with Lemire, yes, exactly. Oh, okay. Like you can like he's a good enough writer to where like you get that sense of something, right? And it's maybe not even on the page yet, but you can feel something bubbling under the surface. That's
how about Absolute Green Lantern? Did you?
Oh no, that's gone. That's
it's dead to me.
That book I never felt anything for. Sorry, didn't.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah. And for all that Marvel doesn't do, I'm gonna give Nova Centurion a shot. I'm gonna see what it's. Yeah, it's.
I was wondering why you threw that thing up there. All
right. I mean, Marvel still puts out comic books, so I gotta still, peek my head and see what's up. See what's going on.
Do you?
I feel an obligation sometimes, yes. Like, and I say that word with every ounce of its definition. I feel an obligation to.
Yeah, I feel like Nova's an obligation read. I don't know what kind of obligation that is, but
dude,
I know you had some weird Nova thing. You got a Nova thing,
dude. Were you not a New Warriors kid back in the day?
No, not really.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You were too busy reading your you know,
X-Men, X-Force. We have other fucking cool teams, bro. What do I want new Warriors for?
because they were the team for the 90s, okay?
I thought that was the X-Men. The X-Men was the fucking team for the 90s.
No.
Oh,
Are you
really?
kidding me? Yeah, really. They came out in the 60s. Get out of here.
So you're gonna say the new Warriors was the team of the 90s and not the X-Men? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Did the X-Men have Speedball on their team? No, they did not. I rest my case.
Yeah, all right. I think the jury's going to take about 5 minutes to deliberate on that one, but that's your call. All right, folks.
I'm here for Nova.
This week. Check out. We got a new newsletter. Once I can figure out my covers of the year. Are you waiting on me? Is it waiting on me? Just be honest.
No. Like there has been work that's been done. It's nowhere near a form of completion. I'm putting that burden on my shoulders, though. You will get a new issue of the newsletter before the end of the year. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff moving in the background here, including year-end videos, and it takes a lot out of us. It just does.
But you can check out the first few issues on patreon.com/shakeninsights. So make sure you're subbed up to us there. Also get previews of all our amazing content. And just join the community at patreon.com, guys. Come check us out there. But, you're already here at Dr. Doom's Fan Club. You can check E at 9-Panel Grid at, 9 spelled out on IG. E, anything you want to talk about you got coming out this week besides the usual suspects?
Yeah, I got On the Pull List on Sunday. I got a cool video coming out on Friday, which happens to be the Friday before Black Friday. So I won't tell you what it is, but I think you can get enough clues based on the timing of it to see what it might be. But yeah, check it out. Other than that, Notes from the Editors will be making its triumphant return in January. We're taking the rest of the year off. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, including the holiday season. So we're going to spend time with our families. You should spend time with your families here. But when you see us on Ink and Insights proper here on Wednesdays, hang with us, have a good time. And we'll see you back on Notes from the Editors starting in January.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I just want to thank everybody who came through on the chat, as always. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all being a part of this community. Hope everybody's having a great November so far, and got something to do for Thanksgiving that's going to bring you some form of happiness, whether it's spending time with family or avoiding the motherfuckers and spending it by yourself and just eating good and reading a comic book, man. I don't know. Look out for number one. But yeah. Yeah. Regardless, appreciate y'all coming through and spending time with us. We will see you next Wednesday.